Welcome back to the White Time channel. Today, Fleet Foxes. Sure. This is the last one in the Fleet Foxes discography so far until they drop in 2 months, because that's how it works when we listen to albums. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Only one after this is Sun Giant EP, which we'll probably do a short little one like we did for the Bon Iver discography series. But we do have Bab Jeb here today because he is the #1 Shore representative.
Yeah.
So he will provide us insights and why it's better than any other Fleet Foxes album as we go today. But this is
So this is your favorite one?
Of the ones that I have heard,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Which ones have you heard?
Not many.
Okay.
So I'm kind of a fraud in that sense.
You're supposed to say I've listened to every single song.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe none of the other ones.
Okay.
Oh,
Great.
So
Okay.
I'm a fool and a fraud, but this is a good album. So
okay.
Doesn't matter.
That's fine.
But yeah, this is their COVID album, I believe. Came out in 2020.
Wow.
It's on the longer side. It's about 55 minutes. We got 15 songs in here. They had like an updated 2021 version with acoustic stuff. We'll listen to that off camera. We don't need to do that. But yeah, I think that's it. We can go and get started. First
Okay.
track is Wading in Waist High Water. Say that 5 times fast.
I won't do it.
Okay.
I'll make a fool of myself
Yeah.
on the
Nobody's watching.
Summer all over, blame it on timing. Weekend in August, water. Soon as I move, also wide open. Waiting inside a fire, as if I just saw you cross. More than maybe I can do. Now we're finally aligning. More than maybe I can choose.
That's going somewhere. Wading in Waist High Water.
Pretty dang good opening. Am I starting?
Yeah, go for it.
I guess I just assumed.
You just went, so go.
I'm waiting in waist high water. That's great. That's a really, really great intro. Is this the first time that Robin has not been the lead singer?
In the ones I've heard, I think. Took a step
Yeah,
back.
I mean, I guess I haven't listened to everything on the first collection, so maybe there's some offcuts on that he's not the lead singer. But I don't know. I was very pleasantly surprised because whoever this is, I don't know. Jump in.
Uwade Akere.
They have a really great voice, and I think that, like, especially after Crack Up being like the last album that they did before this, where that one is so heady, so academic. This is just like, it starts really, really somber and really sweet, and having that change of voices is very, very nice. I liked it. A little short and sweet, very nice intro.
Real. I agree. I think it's a nice calming intro to an album based off of Crack Up, which is political and just like off the wall crazy at all times. So I like how chill this is kind of coming in, and it kind of averts your expectations because you don't hear Robin. You just hear someone else coming in. But it is very peaceful, a little bit more warm and summery almost, that I'm really enjoying. I don't know. Water themed albums are always like, it's a cheat code because water type music is always the best. So
Water is
great intro.
nice.
Water's nice.
Water is nice.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Fleet Foxes as a group, but this album I've spent quite a bit of time with. I don't know if it was on my list in 2020, but it's one that I come back to pretty consistently. it's like if you're looking for just like an easy listening album, this is one of the ones that I go to. It's very, like Babby said, very summery, very calming. It's just a very nice album. So
Yeah, I think
nice.
that's true of all of their records. They're pretty easy listening all the way through, except for Crack Up.
Yeah, that one's a
I
little
mean,
challenging.
it's a little challenging.
So
It
is
still
Helplessness
isn't
Blues,
like,
but a
yeah,
different way.
well, yeah. I don't know. They're all just like comfort food to me.
True,
So maybe that's why I think of it like that.
because they're so good.
Yeah.
All right, Sunblind, track 2.
Hmm.
I was hoping they would just like stop it and it would go nowhere.
For Richard Swift, for John and Bill, for every gift lifted far before its will. Judy and Smith, I'm going out for a weekend. I'm gonna borrow a Martin or Gibson with Idaho in the hex for my bookends, carrying every text that you've given. I'm gonna swim for a weekend, warm American water with dear friends, swimming high on a lead in an Eden, swimming high on a lead in an Swimming high on a lead in an Eden, running all of the leads you've been leaving, and in your river fire I feel sunlight. I'm looking up at you there high in my mind. Only way that I've made it for a long time.
Oh.
You dirty dog. Sunblind.
Well, that was fantastic. Wow. Wow. It's like that's such a crazy juxtaposition of like that is like the most happiest like folk pop song I've ever heard. And the whole time it's referencing musical artists that have like died via like addictions or accidents or suicide and like saying that like kind of gonna like carry on the legacy and like trying to also like strip back like the kind of like mythological legend status to like make them more like actual people. It's like so crazy. Like I feel like that these lyrics should not be to this song almost. These are two completely different vibes, but I'm such a big fan. That is so much fun. I love that. And shout out, I'm always a big fan when a folk artist shouts out Nick Drake.
Sure.
More people need to do it, just in general.
It's the
So
best ever, potentially.
yeah, we haven't listened to the third album. We don't know if he's the best ever yet.
He's only got
Need-
two 10
need
out of
proof.
10s. It's we don't know.
Hey, everybody has two perfect albums.
It's Playboy Cardi's got 3.
That's right.
He's got 4 actually.
Okay, sorry, I forgot
Oh,
it's
that's
self-titled.
true.
Yeah, I feel like has Robin written a book? Because I'd like to read a book by him because his writing is just so phenomenal. It's
I don't know.
he weaves through all of these things that I usually hate and does them all well. Like on Crack Up, his political commentary was so like complex and nuanced, and it just turned out great. And usually I have problems with artists that usually don't dabble in political art going into it because then it just kind of feels shallow. And then on here, he's like doing a tribute to all these different things and how it's affected him and building on that and like kind of a celebration, but also a mourning at the same time. But like in the same year that this came out, we had that awful 21 Pilots, Fall Out Boy, We Didn't Start the Fire like remix, which kind of does the same rehashing of like da 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 da, with of like recasting all these names and stuff. But like he does it in a phenomenal way, so it's really fantastic and it's super easy listening. I like the idea of a COVID album like sounding this kind of sweet and chill, kind of contrasting everything else going on. So that was fantastic.
Yeah. I never really looked into the lyrics too much on that one, but that one just sounds really good. This is definitely also like a road trip album for me. Like we went on like a Tennessee trip when this came out, and that like I associate that whole trip with this album too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really pay attention to the lyrics. I just kind of like it's chill. It kind of has this album kind of has like the Nurture effect, where it's like a COVID album where like every other album released was like depressing and like just dreary, and then like you get this one where it's like really bright and sunny, and it's like wow, that's awesome. So
Delicious.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's true of like most Fleet Foxes stuff, where like if you're not paying attention to lyrics, really, like you're gonna have a good
It's
time.
still good.
It's still great. And I also have breaking news. Robin Pecknold is an author, kind
Oh.
of.
Okay.
There is a book called Wading in Waist High Water, the
Wow.
lyrics of Fleet Foxes,
Wow.
where it is, I think the lyrics for all of the songs from self-titled on, and little notes, little like creative, like this is where I was when I was writing this song. Here's some backstory going on.
That's why the Genius annotations are so filled out for this stuff.
That would probably be why.
I know what book I'm buying next.
It's only $22 on Amazon right
Easy.
now.
I won't buy it on
there you go.
Amazon, but I will get it.
Okay. I just wanted to plug the book.
Our affiliate link. Plug.
Affiliate link.
All right. Track
just call
3.
it boy time.
Can I believe you?
No,
I don't know if you can.
All right.
I'm a tricky guy.
Okay.
Little trickster.
And my hand in mine, do we both confide? I see it in you, every word I sow. Say what you need to, do you doubt it's yours? Now I'm learning the road, never get this close. Showing anyone just a bare face. But if I don't, well, nothing will change. Staying under my weather all day. Lately, I'm wondering too, what type of desire I can break. When I'm one way with them, one with you. Can I believe you? Can I believe you? Can I believe you?
Can I believe you?
No, I already
Still no.
answered that
Okay.
question.
I thought there would be like some sort of like epiphany or growth throughout that track, but
Oh, no.
okay.
No, but it's a really, really good song. I'm kind of surprised that's the hit, honestly, because I think Sunblind seems like a more obvious hit. But I guess with this coming out in 2020, maybe a song about mental health probably resonated with a bunch of people. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. But speaking of mental health, wow, this is a really, really great song lyrically. This is really, really impressive. Kind of like having this inner monologue, but like creating this character of like this other person that is all of your mental illness like balled up into one person, and then having that conversation with that is very interesting. It's this like inner monologue. It's kind of hard to explain, but man, there are some like really, really powerful lines, especially like right at the end. I want to need you, when referring to his mental health issues, or it's like eventually once you're so far gone, it's like, well, I don't know what I am without these things. So I kind of have to be stuck in this cycle because I'm stuck. And I thought that was really, really powerful. And I think it goes to support the whole song, which is kind of along those same lines. Very good, very nice. Uh, Big win.
Yeah, he's becoming just one of my favorite writers of all time. He's so good at like he can be academic sounding when he wants to, and then he can like kind of not dumb it down but be like more direct like he's being on this album. But like the whole idea of like a character of your mental health and like the concept of ego death, where like if through meditation and stuff you can literally step out your side of yourself and see your depression and your ego like writhing around like a child, and you can completely disconnect yourself from it. So like having all of those things kind of on his mind is, he talks about like stoicism and stuff like that in here too, just like really trying to confront those mental health issues and just making like kind of simple pop song over it. It sounds great. This is like 2 steps removed from like hipster coffee house music, but again, he weaves the lines so well that like it's still really great. And he does another thing that I usually hate but does it well. The like backing vocals on the chorus are like 500 people from Instagram that sent him clips of them like harmonizing to it, and he mixed all of
Oh,
them together, and it sounds good, and it doesn't sound like it's the imagined cover COVID 2020 worst
oh,
song ever made. Like he can do it all. So fantastic.
Yeah, that one's great. I'm also kind of surprised that one's the hit of the album because there's a lot of gems in here.
hmm.
Um, but yeah, that one's great. I don't have much commentary on the lyrics or anything because I just like how it sounds. It sounds pretty to me.
It
So
does sound pretty.
Real. All right. Jaharia. Jara, I'm assuming. Or
I would
Jara.
love it. I would love Fleet Fox's cover of
That would be
Jaharia.
pretty good. It'd be weird to do
That'd
a
be
cover of
so
that
sick.
song, but
That's a
this
good
song's
point.
for Sufjan's sister.
That's a good point. I take it back.
This side of the fist, good morning, since you've been out of town. Though we're only alive a short while, so many beneath my feet. Oh, whether you walk with me, and you were off on a wandering mile. I was holding a weak excuse. I was holding a weak excuse. I was heavy beneath blue. Wait for the word. You're coming with me.
Jara. That was fun.
That one was really nice. I don't know if I have like a whole lot to say about that one. It does kind of feel like kind of a come down from the last song. I mean, the last song is so like in your face folk pop. This feels like very kind of subdued, a nice little jam, and I like that. It's very, very nice. It sounds very beautiful and lush. And I don't know who Jara is.
I'll
I'm
let
sure
you know.
you'll explain
Yes.
it to me. Um, and I'm sure it's very smart and educated and wise. So I'm very excited to learn
Wow.
and yearn.
That's a bar. I love this man so much. Like, I think I need to just like go back to Helplessness Blues and just try to get it like implanted in my brain because that's the only album that
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't like fell in love with. Absolutely.
yeah.
But again, he's doing a tribute song here, like Sunblind, but different, like kind of pacing and theming. The pacing has been so well so far. I love the big hit and then falling back more into the not weird, but a little bit more eccentric kind of flowy tracks that he's doing here. But this is about Victor Jara, which is he was a communist folk singer from Chile who was executed
Oh.
during the Pinochet regime, which pretty much purged the entire country of that. U.S.
Mhm.
backed, by the way, of course. So again,
That's a given.
yeah, he's taking like these kind of fallen, whether like musicians or people he looks up to, and kind of like making tribute songs about them, and not like kind of dwelling on the death, but more about like what they did for him, what they did for the world, and how he's going to embody that in these tracks. So they sound like uplifting and fantastic, but there's so much history and like knowledge in all of the backgrounds of the songs, and these are like the most straightforward lyrics we've gotten from a Fleet Fox record, but there's still all of that depth hidden beneath all of that. So it's fantastic. It sounds great too. I love the backing vocals. The cool little outro is fantastic.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I don't come back to that one very often unless I'm doing like a full album listen through. I'm not really a fan of like the in the back. I'm not too big a fan of that, but it's not a bad song or anything. It's just it doesn't really live up to the what we've heard up to this point. But it's still pretty
could
good.
see it. I could see it. I don't agree, but I could see it.
You're wrong, but I see it. All right. Featherweight, track 5. I have this downloaded for some reason, so I've heard this.
Oh.
I probably put it in a playlist
You
at some
probably
point.
did, yeah.
Many men might die for what I'd renounce. I was staging life as a battleground. No, I let that grasp and fall. May the last long year be forgiven. All that war left within it. I couldn't go, I'm beginning to. Though it's all so uncertain cold, all the rafters crack, all the copper soul, and somehow I see it's free. And with love and hate in the balance, one last way past the malice, one more day's all I really need.
Featherweight.
That song was too short.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that that was such an abrupt ending, but man, really, really great song. I am a big fan of double tracking in general, and man, the way it's executed here is absolutely perfect. I love too when it's like double tracking and it isn't like just the same take. I've heard that a couple times, and I'm like, why even do that? Like,
Not
sing
real.
it twice. I don't know. But I could actually tell like he actually did it twice. Like there were times where he held on to like one note a little bit longer, and they didn't trim it up. And I like those kind of imperfections. Texturally, I think that's where this song really stands out. I think there's like so many interesting little pieces that are all contributing into making a song that probably on paper shouldn't work, but man, it sounds absolutely phenomenal in the recording that I heard on Spotify, an app I have on my computer.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but I would be willing to be a sponsor if they want to give me cash. So
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, very, very nice. Big win. No misses so
No,
far.
he can't miss. I think it's impossible at this point in the discography.
Okay.
I don't know. Like this is their lowest rated album, just like in general. People don't talk about this one as much, but like it's
That's
still
crazy.
insanely good. Like this is, I'm still having a blast. There's no dip in quality anywhere here. I think it's just that it's like it's a little bit softer. It's not as epic as all the other records that they have.
I guess.
But I think it's the first song in kind of a minor key, but it's not really sad. It's just kind of a reflective moment, which I don't know. This feels the most like the album cover to me. Those kind of strings kind of clashing with each other in these double tracks. I love the kind of avant-garde piano hits that kind of come in that are kind of confusing but flow well with the track. I love a little hit of those. I think they work great. And then just like the constant like not contradictory statements, but like this push and pull of positive and negative throughout all the lyrics, and just like the very confusing mix of emotions that kind of COVID brought to the threshold that haven't really gone away since COVID for a lot of people. This kind of break in the system that people have to wrap their heads around. So all in all, it's like, this is one of my favorites. I think it's a phenomenal track. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the better ones on the album. The guitar is so warm and plucky, like you said. It just has like that combination of the guitar and his voice. It just makes you feel like so comforting and like,
Give me a hug,
yeah,
Robin.
it's awesome. Yes, I'm not listening to what you're saying, but give me a hug.
One day, my child.
One day.
I don't know if this is just one of those albums where like I don't care to listen to the lyrics. I just want to like feel it.
Yeah, it's so like watery
So-
and chill.
Yeah.
I think that's fair with like, I'll say it. I think that's fair with every single Fleet Foxes record.
It is.
There's a lot to dig into lyrically, but man, the soundscapes that they make here are just a joy to listen
You
to.
listen for the music for the first 10 times, and then you go into the lyrics after that.
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty. A Long Way Past the Past. Track 6.
Their next album is going to have A Long Way Future the Future.
It's a
Oh.
multiverse concept.
You said what's done is done. I can't turn the hand now. But still it looks a long way down. And oh man, was it that much better then? We were left alone, we were proud of our pain. And so I wanna walk out in the night, see the white young river flood rain. And I need you with me, and you read the red. Are you now insisting? Is it not worth it? But I got no option. I inherited this and I'm overcome. Off in a year or two.
Okay, just end it. A Long Way Past the Past.
That one was really nice. I do kind of like the sentiment of this song, where it is just like we're not gonna be making the same stuff that we did in 2008. Like we're gonna keep changing.
They haven't made a single album that sounds like any other album. So
No. I mean, I guess the closest one is maybe Helplessness Blues to Fleet Foxes, but even then,
still
like,
a
there's
jump.
lot.
Yeah.
There's a jump. And I really appreciate that. It isn't like this isn't I don't even know who to compare I guess I could just say Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift makes the same album like over and over and over again. She's never written a song that has these lyrics in it, because it would be
You're
a
gonna get us
lie.
doxxed.
She does
I
have
don't
some
care.
albums that are very unique from her others, but yes, I feel like all the recent ones have been very same.
Samey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't kill me.
I don't care. I don't
I know you
care.
don't.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Sorry, I'm gonna take this. Isn't
I'm
it
gonna
funny?
take this.
It is pretty funny.
It's funny that like a bunch of people just like a pop star's music so much that they're willing to like dox people and swat people. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? I'm addressing you, the person that would do this, because I know you're watching this random Fleet Foxes reaction. What's the deal? Why is that a thing?
Insecurity, a world where technological advancement kind of like puts that over everything else in a world that is continuing to be alienated. So they find culture in these cults based off of pop stars.
Parasocialness.
Oh,
Yes. To an
okay. I wasn't
extreme.
expecting an answer right away,
Oh,
but
okay,
I
sorry.
appreciate it. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the great ether.
That's fine. Spit into the ether.
I was spitting to ether, if you will.
Yeah.
But speaking of spitting to the ether, this song is saying a lot, and I appreciate it. It's very nice.
I agree. I think instrumentally it's really great. I love the subtle build at the end where the drums kind of get louder and louder, and then you have this like really great guitar line that kind of ends it off. Again, these songs are just flowing like waves of the ocean. It's great. It's
Yeah.
not too predictable, but at the same time, like there's a flow to it that just works really well. So very nice.
Yes, I like that one very much. I'm remembering how much I like this album front to back now. I haven't come back to it in a long time, but it holds up very well. So, but that's
Not
kind of
every
another
COVID
one where
album
it,
does.
yes, that's another one where it kind of just matches it's how the album cover feels.
Yeah.
This is very much an album where the album cover matches the music very well. So, yeah, that one isn't like a standout to me, but it's definitely welcome. So,
Yeah, it's very nice.
And the vinyl's very pretty.
yes, you did.
All right. For a week or two, track 7.
Ooh.
2.
Some lost ghost, some bright day's no face on your young head, and you've brought enough to last another week or two. Know the door is open, know that I miss you, sod land, overgrown, no woods, no moves through you.
The voices.
I hear
Little
a pretty
bird.
bird.
Any bird watchers, tell us what bird that was.
It sounds like a
Sounds like a lark bunting
A
to
blue
me.
tit. For a week or two.
Oh, that was very, 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 very good. I was going to say something very controversial, but I
Wow.
won't say it.
You
I was
already made
going
one
to
group of people banned. Don't.
No,
just
it
burn all the
wasn't.
bridges.
It wasn't controversial in that
Oh, okay.
sense. I was like, man, as like an interlude, that was like absolutely phenomenal. And I was going to say
Don't
something.
say it. Nope.
I'm not gonna say
Nope.
it. I'm not gonna say it.
Not gonna
You
happen.
already know
wanna-
what I was going to say.
Not
I
gonna
want to
happen.
hear you say it.
I wasn't going to say better.
It's still not true.
Okay. Well, it's my opinion, you know. It's you're saying that as if it's some sort of objective fact. So I don't quite appreciate
Look,
that.
we're known for one thing on this channel, and it's propping Horn up to a pedestal that is impossible to match.
But I really, really like that. Of course, anything with a bunch of harmonies, a bunch of vocal arrangements, that weirdo drum. I don't even know how you get a drum that low. You like tune a timpani all the way down. It's crazy. Man, it's just so minimal. I think why I was thinking horn was that it is so minimal. Where compared to everything else on this album, it is just like so bare bones. Um, but I think it's very, very welcome. It's a nice little change of pace. It feels perfectly placed in the album, and I like that.
I agree.
So big win.
I think it's phenomenal, especially the recording of those keys was fantastic. I love when you can hear the key press and everything. It just makes it so much more warm and organic. And I think that fits with the subject matter of just like the simple joys and struggles of backpacking or like going on hikes and stuff. It's great. It's a nice little like perfect for COVID. Everybody's just like, I want to go into the forest and not come out. So yeah, nice little interlude.
Yes, that's a great little interlude. Little
Little
guy.
song.
Little guy.
Beautiful guy.
Yeah, I think the backing vocals work really well in their favor on this one. So it's just so like surrounding and engulfing, but like in like a pleasant way.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's very, very nice to me.
Next is Maestranza. Merrick Stepa.
Nice
sequel?
job.
I got it down.
Hope so.
You just had to work in the horn mention.
We do it like every other video.
Monday night, light in the road outside. I saw the gate coming down and smoke all around the South Hill. Ache for the sight of friends, though I've been safe in the thought that the line we walk is the same one. Now that the light is on, now that the water runs, and the heartless are nearly gone.
That bird is back.
My buddies.
Maestranza.
That one was really nice. I like that one quite a bit. Had a really nice driving feel to it. Supporting the Tennessee trip, I suppose. You tell me, Bab Jab, was that good on the Tennessee trip or not? When you were cruising through the Appalachian Mountains, did you enjoy that song?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I had to say. That was all you had to say. But that was very, very nice. I don't know if I have a whole lot to say. I just wanted to grill Bab Jab.
It's always welcome, I suppose. I love that one. That was one of my favorites. I love the instrumental on that. The guitar interplay at the beginning was fantastic, and the drums were fantastic. Again, his writing is just unmatched. Like, I'm assuming this is kind of a sequel to Merrick Stepa from Crack Up, because that song was like about like it relates to like March Stepper, like as a translation. So it was kind of like there was BLM stuff happening at that time with protests and stuff, and then we jumped to Maestranza, which I can't get a solid definition, but it could be like a workforce or a military or like some conglomerate of people kind of doing the same thing again, but this time under like even more worsened conditions and things. So just the connection there with the subject matter he's doing is fantastic, and the song sounds great. So this man has me researching like while I'm listening every single album. I can never get like a break with this, but whatever.
It's nice.
Yeah, that one's very nice. One of the more upbeat ones. Um, yeah, it just sounds very nice and awesome and cool.
I agree.
Me too.
I agree.
Well, it's a young man's game.
That's true.
I tell you.
I tell you what. Young they them's game, brother.
Young them's game.
Find something unique to say. I could pass as erudite, but it's a young man's game. You should know. You're I've been lucky as sin, not one thing in my way. Just the arena I was in, but it's a young man's game.
Water? I didn't know there was water on this album.
We got Water album?
I hope so.
Young man's game.
That one was great. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have like a whole lot more to say for like the rest of the album because I feel like this is just consistently really, really, really great. I will say, how the hell is this the lowest rated one? Because this is so
Because there's a
G-dang good.
child on it. Oh, on
There's a
this,
child
on this
on
album,
it?
you mean? I thought you meant this song specifically.
There's a child on it.
There is.
I can't
I
listen
thought
to
that
this.
was. I thought that was a nice woman.
Oh, a nice woman.
I hate children.
I hate
0
children.
stars.
Well, from these music rating sites, that would be a genuine criticism.
I thought that was Aretha Franklin, but you told me that was a child. What the hell? No, but that was really, really good. I do kind of like it's almost meta, where it is kind of like we've been in the game for like more than 12 years at this point, and just kind of like relating. I don't know, just saying music is a young man's game, and then they make one of the most fun. Is this? I guess it's still kind of folk pop.
Yeah,
I
we're
guess I
kinda
don't
getting
really know
chamber
what
pop
the.
at this point.
Yeah, we're like getting further away from folk,
Mhm.
which I'm fine with,
Mhm.
but just hard to put my finger on what it is, and I think it is good.
I agree.
Sometimes that's all it has to be is good.
I think so.
Yeah, I really like the idea of like it's a young man's game, and I take a long time to release albums, but that actually works in his favor. So he's kind of lucky in that sense. Kind of got
Yeah.
the Kendrick model going, where he's just kind of like, I'll release whenever I feel like it, and that's what happens when you do that. It's like just quality every single time, and it feels like a
Yeah,
real reinvention every time too, which is great. I don't mind the kind of child chorus near the like in the little chorus parts. I think it fits well. Again, he's doing things that I usually would be like, why are you doing that? But it all mixes in the song great. He's doing a good job at it, not just like slapping a child's like unedited vocals into a mix like right up front. So it's like, ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm a fan of the harmonization. I agree with Babby. Normally that would be like icky, but it fits well here. So
You
yeah,
don't
that was.
like children?
I hate children,
I hate
Oh.
especially in music.
I don't hate children. I was just confused.
I don't either. I just hate them in music.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was really good, and I'm really excited for the next song.
Me
Well,
too.
geez, don't hype it up so much. I'm Not My Season, track 10.
If that's hyping it up so much, I don't.
Calm down.
Blood of my blood, skin of my skin. You're in Rondelet water aching. We'll weep, but a leaf is turning. And I move lightly in the dawn. Try to lightly ever on the leaf. Though I like summer light on you, but it's catching easy. And I move lightly in the dawn. Try to gently ever on. If we ride a winter long wind, well, time's not what I belong to, and you're not the season you're in.
I'm not my season.
That was really good. No bits for this one. This one was very, very, very nice. I think it's a nice little callback tie-in to Can I Believe You? There's a lot of growth going on here, where the end of that song was like, I need this. I need this depression, this anxiety, whatever, because it's like a part of my identity. But now it's like kind of come full circle, where it's like, this is a period of my life where I'm dealing with these things, but eventually I will move on and I will be a better and well-rounded person. And I just think it's a very nice sentiment. It's a very chill song, and it's a song that I like a lot.
I agree.
Diagnosis, good.
I diagnosed
Diagnosis,
this song
big win.
with good.
Yes.
Yeah, we should do that for every song. Just the stupidest lead into it. That was fantastic. I love the instrumental. Yeah, again, it's kind of like a almost Featherweight with where it is a little bit more somber in tone, which I think comes perfectly 5 tracks after that. I think the pacing has been really well so far. Love the sailing metaphor that ties into all of it. Fits with the album title, fits with the sound, fits with everything. It's just a incredibly well crafted song that I'm gonna have to dig into more. Very good.
Yeah, I love that song so much. It's like the most like bare bones on the album, but it's like one of like the most like tranquil songs I've ever heard. And it's like there's nothing like crazy to it, but there's like a secret sauce in there that's just like, wow, this is amazing. Like if we ever did like a top songs list or like favorite songs list, this would probably work its way in there. But it's just like a song that's like so simple, so re-listenable that like it hits every time. So I love that one.
That'd be an impossible video to make.
Yeah.
Let's never do that.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Favorite songs.
Probably.
Outdated
We'll
within
do
2
it
weeks.
next week, I think.
Yeah, next week.
We could
Top
we could,
500 songs.
Part 57.
Now that's a boy time series. All right. I've been doing really good with pronunciation. I think this is where I kill it. Quiet Air / Gioia. I don't know. That's definitely not it. I thought I'd go fancy with it.
Giorgio.
Giorgio Moroder?
Quiet air, quiet in blue. Quiet, I smelled summer red cedar. Sunshade floating in the
What is that? He's interpolating his
like-
own song.
I know. I'm like, thinking the same thing.
Bitter Dancer.
I think so.
I think so.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Quiet Air / Gioia.
Gioia?
I got it right. It's Italian and I messed it up. So
Oh.
Gioia.
it's just joy. But it's Italian, so it's Gioia.
Gioia. That explains why there's 4 vowels back,
Yeah.
back in that one. Well, that one was absolutely phenomenal. I don't mind saying it.
Right? Yeah.
I don't mind saying it.
I'll say it.
Sue me, I don't
say it.
care. Cancel
I
me.
don't. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Dox me for saying it's a good song? I'm talking to you. Don't do that. No, but that one was really, really good. This is the only Slash song on this album, which is odd because I think, well, there's like, is there 3 on Helplessness Blues?
I think
And
so,
I think
yeah.
there's a couple on Crack Up, and then there's one. I don't think there's any on the original Fleet Foxes album.
It's not following the Tyler method.
And I like the Tyler method, especially when it comes to this song, because man, it was absolutely great. I love the call and response thing. That's like one of my favorites. I'm more of a fan of dual melodies, but man, a good call and response, especially like this, where it's like the left channel is going and then the right channel is going. And man, those drums were just drumming. I don't
The
mind
drums
saying
were drumming.
they were drumming, and I don't mind saying that. I'll tell you that.
Go ahead and cancel me. I don't care.
I don't care. I feel like this album is like really percussive heavy. But like I feel like that hasn't been so much a thing in the last albums. I was gonna say the last album, but then I'm like, actually, that's not for any of these. So I like the drum, I like the singing, and I like
the drum.
the song.
I like the drum.
song. And I like the joy.
Me too. I think that was fantastic. I think it's kind of the unofficial sequel to Plains Bitter Dancer. At least it kind of feels like that with the interpolation, which I actually enjoy a little bit more than that song. I think this works better. There's a lot more like kind of unexpected twists, and I think the change in like keys and structures like fit the kind of vibe that song is going for a little bit more. I think with like the climate change imagery too, just like how rapid and weird the song just takes sudden turns, it just fits really well with that subject matter. In the cacophony, if you will, of just like insane drumming and like these like circling vocals at the back. I love that. Like whenever you do that, I just love that. It's a nice wall of sound that isn't like too abrasive. There's a nice build quality to it that I really enjoy. So that was fantastic.
Yes. I also like the drum.
I like the drum.
The call and response was pretty sick. I don't have much else to add because you guys got it. But
Sorry.
sorry. Very nice song to me. Thank you, Gioia.
Gioia. I think it's a person. Going to the Sun Road.
This implies that the name of the road is Going to the Sun.
Yeah.
Little Easter egg.
It's a very Washington thing to name a road, so I believe it.
I believe it.
Some horizon eye in the air often does right at dusk, often longing for that love. Finally losing my no idea where all this leads. If I want to, I'm arrive at peace. I know I decide what I'll remember. If there's heaven and in me, all the on and on just
Weird sounding birds.
I think they're sick.
Going to the Sun Road.
That was really nice. I don't know if I have a whole lot to say about that one, but it does sound very, very nice. I'm going to let you guys talk about the music.
Yeah, I think going to the Sun Road makes sense considering it's a road where like the sun blinds you if you drive on it at a certain point of the day. So I think that fits.
Like track 2.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of roads, actually.
It is.
That's
but,
a good
you know.
point. Every
By the way.
east-west road.
Why did I pick that one specifically?
Well, I think this road was actually featured in The Shining, like the opening scene when they're like driving to the place.
Oh.
So maybe there's some significance in that. But I think instrumentally, this is one of my favorites. I just love the sound of it. The horns are just fantastic. I love that weird little synthesizer key thing they were doing at the back end. That was fantastic. And the Portuguese outro from Tim Bernard's. Fantastic. That just pretty beautifully closed out the song. The song felt like it was dying. Like there's a sunset kind of happening as the song kind of closed out with this like beautiful Portuguese outro, and the clouds are kind of covering, and as it goes down, it's just beautiful imagery. So I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I like that one. I like the trumpet. I love a good trumpet. I like the trumpet trills. It's very nice to my ears. Yeah, that one's very trumpet based, and I like it.
Based.
I love that voice you were doing. You should talk like that all the time.
Oh,
Like, I'm
that's
like-
pretty good.
I love the trumpet.
Yeah. That's sick.
We got 3 more. Is it worth doing
Okay.
a 2 for Bab Jab, or do these need all stand alone?
I think you can do the next 2 together.
Okay. All right. We're doing Thymia into Cradling Mother, Cradling Woman.
Pair of tin cups rolling in the backseat. Rustle like a mallet on a downbeat. Rain will make rust water on the concrete. Never failed us, even losing daylight. Thymia, company, solid Townsend. Thymia, company, solid Townsend.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'll run down, lay my way where it lies.
Well, baby's frozen, so that's fun.
No, I'm just making the same face.
Oh.
No, I was frozen. Thymia and Cradling Mother, Cradling Woman.
Wow, well, those were both great. I thought that Thymia was very, very nice. I'm a big fan of the finger plucked guitars, obviously. And I just thought it was a very nice little, beautiful little song. Thought it was great. Cradling Mother, Cradling Woman was also really, really good. For some reason, I like completely spaced out during that. So I don't really know what happened. I had like an existential crisis during that song, and I don't really know
That's a sign of
why.
a good album.
I guess so. I really liked it. I had a good time, even though I was contemplating serious topics like famine and
The
inflation.
economy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either
Crypto.
a really good or really bad album.
It happens with both.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna be how the podcast goes on Thursday, actually. I've had 2 existential crises with albums this week, one good and one bad. So
Oh, I wonder what the
Was I
bad
Am
one
Music the good one?
yeah.
is.
I enjoyed both of those. I think Daimyo was like a very good contrast to track 14. So I think the twofer was very justified in that. I love how warm that track is, and just I don't know, all the sentiments on this record feel very mature and well-rounded, which is really nice. And then Cradling Mother, Cradling Woman was like a very nice kind of climax point. I love when the penultimate track is like the big bang, and then the last track is a little bit more like of a send-off. I hope that's what happens here. Don't spoil it for me. Is great. I love the horns. The horns on the whole album have been fantastic. Lyrically, I kind of zoned out on that track too, just because like the instrumental was doing such great things. I was just kind of in it. But it feels like he's kind of like relating like the feminine or like motherly figure to like music, and how it kind of cradles him and inspires him as he goes. That's kind of what I got from it, but we'll need more listens for that one. So very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those work together as a good pairing. 2 tracks. Thymia was very, I agree. The finger pluck guitar was very, very nice, very soothing. And yeah, just both very good songs to me. Personally. Not to speak for anybody else, but to me.
Oh, sure, bud.
Oh, sure, bud.
Sure.
Sure.
Last track. Yes.
Yeah, this is your favorite song.
Taking me in when a wave runs me through. There's a shore I ever seem to sail to, and I know old heavinesses shake you. Afraid of the empty, but too safe on the shore. And before I forget me, I want to record while I see it all.
Put down the guitar and
Please
walk
hold
away.
all comments until the album is over.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sure.
That was very nice. Wasn't quite your favorite thing. It wasn't like all the way stripped back.
I'll speak
Because
for
it
you.
did have a very nice it did have a very nice build to it. But like when I think of that thing that you like very stripped back stuff. And I guess this is more stripped back than a lot of the songs on here. But there's a lot of like weird wood blocks going on in like the first verse. And then there's like some, I don't know if they're like xylophones, some sort of keyed instrument going on towards the middle there. I'm like, this is very odd, but I like it. I like weirdo stuff, especially from these guys. So, yeah, I think that was a very successful closer.
Real. It's a masterpiece.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the best song on the album. Yeah, this is where his strengths just kind of fly. I think writing wise, like wrapping up all the themes of this album perfectly, just like the shore metaphor coming full circle of like him waiting on water and like having to literally kind of manage the shore as he goes. And the ocean could be unpredictable. It could be insanely beautiful and also like devastatingly like dangerous to step foot in. So balancing those themes, talking about people he's lost, but also like feeling that like he wants to hold on to something now instead of like remembering nothing. There's balance. He sees it all. And that is beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. It reminds me in feeling of the I Need New Eyes off of the last Mount Erie album, which is the outro of that. The kind of feeling of being whole within yourself and finally balanced, at least for a short amount of time, through like all the insane feelings you've just gone through. So I think it's a phenomenal closer. I think it wraps up everything perfectly with this album. So it's a masterpiece.
I agree. The little chopped section in the middle, I'm kind of like, but like the beginning and the end of the song definitely make up for it.
It's the
Or they make
pummeling
up
of
for
the
it.
ocean waves.
Yeah, that's like
Use
when
your
you get
imagination.
with the what's it called, Riptide.
No,
Vance Troy?
Ding, ding. I hate that I could hear that guitar riff in my head every day. It's so bad.
We should listen to that album.
No. That's a yikes wheel.
Why not?
We'll put it on the yikes wheel.
Why don't you guys like Riptide?
It's awful.
That's the worst.
It's all the worst
Yes.
parts of like 2010s like shout and response folk music.
I disagree. Anyway, it's a very nice bow on the album, and it kind of ends with like the little fade out there. It's
Gorgeous.
just very, very, very pretty.
Neat. Album as a
Yeah.
whole.
I like the album.
That's controversial.
I don't know. I really liked this thing. I was very pleasantly surprised because, as you mentioned, this is their lowest rated. So I assumed this was going to be garbage trash
Horrible.
because I know that they've fallen
And it was
off.
Babjap's favorite.
Well, that's
I know it's bad.
yeah. I was gonna say that's a few points against it. Honestly, I was like, that guy likes
Riptide.
Riptide.
We just-
there
yeah.
we go. Yeah. I was trying to think of something. Should have thought more recently. But no, I was wrong. I think that this is not their worst album. I think it is very, very nice. I think it is maybe their most accessible. Well, no, that probably goes to self-titled. But it's up there in terms of accessibility, even though some of the lyrics are like crack up, but not quite. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a very nice album. It's very pretty. It's
What's your
a
diagnosis,
little, huh?
What's your diagnosis, though?
Oh, my diagnosis? Good.
Great.
I think it is a good album, and I would punch anyone that would say otherwise. I'll say off bat, I think I like it better than Helplessness Blues.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we've established that I have a masterpiece now, and then now your thing is diagnosing things. I think that's good for both of us to have a thing.
My diagnosis has always been good. I haven't given any
Well,
other
maybe
diagnosis.
we'll have an album where you diagnose it with cancer or something. I don't know. We'll
Oh.
see.
Okay.
Just coming in.
Diagnosis IBS.
Yeah, get like
Yeah.
a stethoscope or something. I think
Gonna be a
Shore
pop album.
Shore is an album that like rewards the Fleet Foxes listener that has heard everything. I think it enhances the experience. Although Bab Jab is
Sure.
the complete opposite of that, and it still works. So maybe I'm just stupid, but I think it enhances the quality of it, like knowing kind of Robin's discography and the journeys he's been on to kind of reach a point like this, because it does feel very mature and buttoned up in a way that like doesn't come across as like a groundbreaking masterpiece, but like as a someone who feels comfortable in their skin, still evolving their music but not doing anything grand to the point of like a grand artistic statement, because that's not what this album is trying to be. And I think it lives up very well. I also agree that I do like it a little bit more than Helplessness Blues, but that's an album that I'm gonna like really try to drill into before we do this discography video, because I still feel like I'm missing something on that.
Oh, I love that album.
It's just, you know, the one that everybody gravitates to, and they just don't listen to Crack Up or Shore because they just kind of stop there, which is wrong. So,
It is wrong.
but this is a very good album. I think it's fantastic.
I like it. It's a very nostalgic album to me. 2020 was 5 years ago, and I don't like thinking about that.
That's great.
But it's a very nostalgic album to me, and it sounds very pretty, and it sounds very tranquil and easy listening. Unlike Babby's point, I don't know much about the band, and I don't really plan to. But this is
Okay.
I'm satisfied with my Fleet Foxes adventure on this album. I don't know if I feel the need to adventure more, but it's not really my lane most of the time. But when I'm in
Give
the
it
mood,
5 years.
yeah, when I'm in the mood for something like this is usually one of the go-tos for me. So
Okay.
Robin, come back. It's been 5 years. There's another global crisis
Going
happening.
on tour.
That's true. He always pops
They're
up at the
selling-
most inopportune times. So, you know, we've been waiting.
Yeah. It's the Robin from Fleet Foxes tour. That's actually what it's
That's
called.
a good name for a tour. But yeah,
I'd go see him.
that is the mainline Fleet Foxes discography done. Question:
Not quite.
do we need to do? Okay, we're doing Sun Giant. That's an EP. We'll react to that before we do our video. Do you want to see us do A Very Lonely Solstice? We're gonna listen to it either way, but if you want us to do a video on it, then let us know, because we'll do that. I think it might be helpful to kind of like go, you know, blast from the past, listen to all kind of mashup of all different 4 albums.
Or
So I know I've heard a couple of songs off of it, and it's very, very, very pretty. So I wouldn't mind doing it, but let us know.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a discography review video. What the format of that will be, I don't know. Got to do some thinking.
we were gonna do the Bon Iver one first, but at this
He's
point
dropping, so we can't.
they might be back to back. I don't know.
They might
We're
be
done
kinda
with like
close.
both discographies like
Yeah.
at the same time.
They're both incredibly strong too.
Yeah.
So a lot of similarities. All albums are
that's
completely different than each other. There's 4 of them. There will be 5, but you know,
And there will be 5 Fleet Foxes albums.
yeah, you've heard it here first. Fleet Foxes album
exclusive.
coming
Yeah,
out.
this is an exclusive.
Coming out September 2025.
Okay. Everybody mark it down in the calendars. That's probably when it's going to come out.
I've had a good track record this year. All right. Are we spinning a wheel?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Wheel. You got to say wheel.
You do, because then I have to like mesh them together. Oh, geez. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Oh, geez. This is very difficult. I don't know what I want to subject you to.
Lay it on me.
I'm going to do it. This has been on the wheel since the beginning. I feel like I should just do it, get it out
Just
of the
do
way.
it.
We're going to do Genesis.
Okay.
Why not?
Let's do it. Anyways, we have podcasts out the wazoo.
Yeah.
So listen to
I-
them.
We have one called the Boy Time Podcast. We talk about movies and music. Talk about what we're listening to right now and stuff that we aren't going to do on the channel. So check that
Or
out.
that we might
And
at
if
a
you're
later date. But
that's true. Yeah. And also, if you're into Elvis Presley, check that one out. It's going to be mostly Elvis themed for about a year and a half. I'm just kidding. It's not going to take that long.
Podcasts.
I also do another podcast with my dear sweet mother called Love the Mom. We just did The Life Aquatic. The next episode is going to be Oh God, starring John Denver and George Burns. You can tell which movies I pick and which movies my mom picks. So
I do not do a podcast with my mother.
you should. It would be great.
I don't know what that would be about, but
Salsa or cooking?
what do you think my mother is?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of stuff that you could identify with. Like
I'm
pico de
Mexican
gallo.
and
I
I
don't
like
know.
to cook. Yeah, but I do have a solo series starting soon, so that'll be on this channel. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just
Nice.
keep watching here.
That's what Daddy likes to hear.
I hate it when you say that.